I was talking to a friend of mine, Anita Beryl. You don't know who she is? Gosh, this is what she creates. And Anita and I were having a very good heart to heart. It was a business meeting, but it ended up, when you're friends and you do business, you end up, being friendly in the meeting. And I was telling her, and Anita, I've actually realized that when you start praying to God about things, God listens, but also the devil listens. Actually, God comes to your prayers saying, The devil listens, says, but even takes notes. So you know what happens? The devil will say, God will deliver that blessing in August. Let me show up in June. Anyway, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I just wanted to share with you how this week has been for me. Things I have come across or learned or listened to. I just want us to have a conversation, like just catching up after a week, do you know? I've had the most heavy, emotionally especially, but also the best week in my life. I've made some really huge decisions this week. But I've also let go of some people in my life this week. I've changed a few things this week. So it's like a week of pivoting. So I feel good about it. And my eye bags, a lot of you in the comment section say, are you having enough sleep? Let me shock you. I'm sleeping a good 8 hours. But I think I've carried forward the tired from like 3 months ago. And that's why it's like that. But also I've been stressed, okay? So this week I called one of my friends called Anne. I have 2 Annes in my life. So if you know me personally, it's not the Anne you think. I called her because we were meant to meet and I couldn't meet her because I was tired. Imagine you're taking a rain check on meeting a friend because you're tired. And I couldn't explain to myself why I was tired. So I called her, I said, Anne, you know what, we're going to have to catch up on the phone. And she says, no problem. I'm also equally busy. I've got my computer in front of me, so let's catch up. And she told me, why do you think you're tired? I said, I don't know. I slept 9 hours yesterday. I mean, I haven't had such a workload today, so I don't really know why I'm tired. And she told me, have you considered it's people who are weighing you down? I said, huh? People? She said, yeah. Said at one point in her life, she was feeling very lethargic and just tired, but it's not the kind of tired that even when you slept, the tired wasn't going away. Even when you relaxed, the tired wasn't going away. Even when you, let's say, went to the spa, got a massage, I don't know what you guys do to relax, it wouldn't go away. And she said she only realized later that it was the decisions she wasn't making in her head or she was making in her head that were tiring her down. It's when you give people space in your life and they say something or do something to you that just drains you. Okay, and I can't tell you pick a person who drains you. Sometimes even the people you love drain you. Like I'm quite sure there are times I drain my husband, honestly speaking. Like I'm sure there's a week he's like, wow, what a decision I made for a wife. But you get what I mean? Like even the people who love you and you love sometimes drain you, okay? And for me, eventually I pinpointed and I realized what it was. This week I realized that somebody I was working with and I'm still working with, but sort of wanting to end the relationship, to be honest, was draining me for different reasons. One, I had realized that my self-esteem had gone low because every time we communicate with this person, I feel less of myself. I feel less of my capabilities. You know the kind of person who talks to you and you're like, oh my God, I can't do anything in life. I can't amount to anything. What's wrong with me? And I said, no. I said, Flavia, you're amazing. You're capable. You're smart. You're intelligent. Don't let anyone make you feel less than. And so I came to that realization that maybe that's why I was tired. Maybe I had let this person go so far in my life because I thought working with this person made me better. But it's making me worse. And so I took a tough decision within me to let that go. I have not had a conversation with that person, so I'm hoping when they see this vlog, they don't decode it before I have a conversation with them personally. But yeah, the second thing I came across this week that sort of stayed with me, Caspar Nyovest from South Africa. I was on his Instagram page and he has a little video that he clipped of a young man, South African boy actually, I'd say, from months ago. And he was at a taxi rank, he was saying something. And it is motivational stuff, like we're saying, I'm a hustler, I do this and this, blah, 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 blah. But he made a statement I went back and listened to it, then went back and listened to it. He said, tomorrow don't know me. I'm going to drive that Ferrari. I'm like, me too, me too. Tomorrow does not know Flavia. So I thought, oh my God, that's so cool. I must take it to the vlog. We must really write this down, because I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're planning, because the year is almost ending. I'm not quite sure if you're under pressure to succeed, if you're under pressure to do what you needed to do, or what makes you happy. But sometimes when you look at your dreams, like my dreams scare me, okay? My dreams scare me. And I look at them and sometimes I'm like, but Flavia, you can tell lies. This one, you want to do this. But when I remembered what that kid said, I said, it's true. So this whole week, every time something would happen and I'd be like, I cannot close that client. Honestly, like, how would they want to work with me? Me, a small Flavia? No way. I'm not even going to take that meeting. I'd say, Flavia, tomorrow doesn't know you, okay? Okay, you're gonna prove. I'm like, that's it. So it's my new mantra. So if you meet me, that's like what I'm singing. Tomorrow don't know me. I'm gonna be driving a Ferrari. Anyway, the next thing I want to share with you is in matters letting go of relationships, but also learning from them. I told you I was working with Paula Mugisa. Did I not? I told you I had a business coach. That story, that one. So Paula was helping me to figure out what I want to do in life. There's brand Flavia, but how can you make money? Many money. And her and I spoke the first time, and I told her I love branding, I love communicating, I love brands, I like people, I like telling people stand out, and this is how. And we ended up zeroing in on me opening up a branding platform or an online platform. But every single time Paula and I spoke for our coaching calls, we were stuck on one thing. And after some time, I started to feel like she's my teacher and I'm a student who's failing. So yesterday we were having a phone call. If you're watching this on Friday, I had the phone conversation on Wednesday. And halfway the conversation, I said, Paula, stop. It's going to hurt me to say this, Paula, but we're not understanding each other, okay? I know I paid for this class to learn and to do well and to open a business, but Paula, right now, it doesn't serve me to listen to you because I'll be useless. I am tired. I can't think anymore. And then the more I'm not thinking, the more I'm thinking, maybe I'm stupid, because how can I not figure out what Paula is trying to tell me? I told her, you're communicating, but not to me, okay? What you're saying is useful for me, but right now I can't understand it, okay? Service profile, great. But what are you saying? BMC who? Business model canvas. And then, so I said, why don't we take a breather, you and I? Let me go start this business the way I know it, in my raw, hustler way. And let me bring it to you when it's halfway done and say, look, oh, this is what you wanted to do, Flavia. And this is why. I noticed with Paula, because I trust her and I trust her opinion. Every time I came to her and, for example, said, why don't I do my branding for 18 to 25? And she's like, oh, Flavia, why don't you try 25 to 30? I'm like, maybe Paula is right. Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. And that's not good. Because then every other turn, I was questioning myself, and I told her, Paula, you are brilliant at what you're doing. But because I have so many other things happening in my life, I'm not able to give this 100% of the time. So imagine something that I was so excited about, excited to do and start. I was thinking by October, my branding company should have opened. I should get clients. I had to take a painful moment in that call and tell her, Paula, we're not going to do this. We will do it someday, but not today. And I was afraid to even have that conversation. But then she tells me, Flavia, thank you for being honest. Because in your being true and honest to yourself, you've taught me how to communicate to the next person. Because I need to tailor the coaching to person by person. Because maybe one is a slow learner. Maybe one learns a certain way and not the other way. You understand what I mean? If I'm used to cutting a pineapple and you bring matoke, do you get what I mean? I'm an expert in cutting pineapples. And you give me the same knife, but this time I'm cutting this other fruit. Do you get? I will not excel as much as this. So she said, now I have to tailor how I speak to each audience differently, because not everybody I assume is a certain way is that way. And I was glad that in my being honest, I helped her also reflect. But you guys, the honesty came from very far. And I remember that many times I've worked with people I didn't really want to work with. I worked with people I wasn't happy to work with for longer than I'd have wanted, because I was afraid to walk away. I was afraid to be the person who let go of an opportunity. I was afraid to be the person who let money stay on the table and I walk away. But like my friend Blaze says, sente tezigwayo. Money does not end, okay? Even in the next 30 years, you will still want to go and hustle and make money. So let's not lose life in trying to achieve these many things, you know. Take care of yourself, take care of your emotions, take care of your mind, your mental status, take care of your physical status. I'm doing walks every morning because I said, first of all, not pressure myself to go on a weighing scale. For what? Pressure for who? Then I say, no. But I'll take walks every day because the walk helps me to clear my mind, helps me to be physically fit and achieve something. So take baby steps, but do not forget yourself. My God, this week has taught me to not forget myself. Be honest with yourself, be honest with others. If you need 5 minutes, even ask mothers, please, if you need 5 minutes, at least lock yourself in the toilet. That should be the safest place away from your children and your husband. Guys, I love you so much. I'm going to be taking 2 weeks off. Come on, don't fight me. Just 2 weeks off. But when I return, it's going to be an entire rebrand. I'm being honest with you now. Remember what we just said? I need to take the 2 weeks off to breathe in, to breathe out, to create something that's worth it for you guys and worth it for me, a standard I would be happy with. And once those 2 weeks are done, I promise you, I'm going to have all the honest conversations I can with you. But for today, allow me go, get a massage, breathe in, breathe out, and just be happy. Love you. How many minutes?